Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, CJT. I'm filling in for G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist at Large, but he's losing weight, so he claims. I don't see it. Let us begin in the name of, old habit. Excuse me while I switch collars. I'm wearing my prayer collar, and I should be wearing my news collar, or my, news-ish collar. There we go. That's better. Yes. As I was saying, suspected Stockton, California serial killer caught with a gun while hunting. Wesley Brownlee did not have a permit to hunt people during their running season. He was caught because he left fresh prints. In the news this week, Putin has no regrets over the recent missile barrage in Ukraine, but says there is no need for more massive strikes for now, because he's all out of Iranian missiles. Hall of Fame reliever and Cy Young winner Bruce Sutter dies. Looks like heaven is packing its roster for next season. Alaskan officials are investigating the disappearance of over 1 billion snow crabs. This artist rendering of the snow crabs has been released to the public. Now you know why they're looking for them. The Supreme Court rejects Trump's request for them to intervene in the stolen documents case. They did not consent, so Trump will just have to force himself onto them. Cuba Gooding Jr. avoids jail time after pleading guilty to a lesser charge. Show me the plea deal. In an effort to skirt around the law, Trump forms a new company in Delaware. He usually just reaches under skirts, so around skirts is different. It's different. The January 6th committee voted 9-0 to subpoena former President Trump. Trump says, "Ooh, goody, another government document for my collection." October 12th was National Farmers Day. That means National Farmers Daughter Day can't be far behind. The hearing on stripping Rudy Giuliani's D.C. law license is set for this month. If he loses his bar license, it is because he is an outed liar. Okay, this is where there would be a commercial break and GD would talk about some commercial that is broken. I'm going to talk about something that is broken, and if it's not fixed, can break our country. And that something is our politics. If you lived in a town that was downstream from a dam, you'd probably have a plan if that dam breaks. Here's our problem. Americans, as a whole, we're downstream from the dam. And nobody, the Americans, don't want to think about making a plan. And so they vote kind of crazy. They get partisan with their politics. So you have 3 groups of people who see the dam that should be a concern. There's the people who from the very, very beginning said we need to spend more money on that dam to make sure in the future it handles what can happen. And then you have people who in the very, very beginning goes, well, no, we don't want to spend all that extra money. Let's just make sure that dam is adequate. Well, the future has come and the dam is not adequate. So now there's 2 different groups of people who say, let's do something so if the dam breaks, or when that dam breaks, we can mitigate our losses. And then there's the other group that says, why do anything? You know, if the dam breaks, we'll just blame them. And that's what's happening right now. The dam is breaking. And Republicans just want to blame the Democrats. The Democrats are at least trying to get things fixed. They can't fix everything, not by themselves. They need the help of the American people. Like, for example, the gas prices and inflation. That's not something the president has any power to do anything about. No president ever has, and I can't imagine a time when any president ever will. But Congress can do some things, but it takes 60 votes in the Senate to do this. And one of the things they need to do is to reestablish the windfalls profit tax. See, a lot of that inflation is people. When I say people, I mean corporations, but corporations are run by people. Okay, calling them corporations just protects them legally from their responsibility as people for fucking us over. The people who run these companies are raising the prices and fixing the prices way beyond they need to adjust for inflation. Okay, inflation is what, 8%? And these prices, their CEOs and their profits are up like 40%. So obviously they're scamming people. Same with the gasoline. It jumps at the hint of problems. Not because of the problem, because there's a hint of a problem and the prices jump up. And then they never come back down to where they were before the hint of the problem occurred. And it doesn't matter whether or not you're affected by it. Price is still going to go up. Perfect example, a few years ago, there was a cyber threat which affected some of the gas lines, pipelines that provide fuel. It had no effect on Florida. Florida would not have affected Florida in the least. But guess what? Their gas prices went up. Why? Because the corporations know they can. And people from Florida, what are they going to do? They're going to blame Biden. It had nothing to do with Biden. It has everything to do with the corporations. And the reason why the corporations could do it is because Republicans let them do it. Okay? When you vote, think like you're a parent and you have to look at your child and say, with all sincerity, you are doing a bad thing. Okay, you can still love that child. You can still love your Republican Party. But right now, they're doing stupid shit. Like Herschel Walker, say no more. Carrie Lake, say no more. The Mastriano, Mehmet Oz. People who have no business in politics because they have no interest in fixing anything for the people. But a lot of you Republicans are going to vote for them. And some of them are going to win. And they shouldn't. Because they don't give a damn about you or our country. And if you vote for them, apparently you don't either. I'm not saying that the Democrats are perfect. They're not. But they're trying to get something done. They're trying to make things right. They're trying to fix things. Are you? Now back to the news. President Biden received a lot of flack recently for saying, let me start with 2 words. Made in America. I don't see what the fuss is all about. Iconic actress Angela Lansbury died at 96. Her acting made Gaslight a Oscar-nominated movie long before politicians turned gaslighting into a weapon. The first NASA mission to be led by a Native American woman, Nicole Mann, is underway. The mission could be in history books for many moons if white men don't take the mission back. The Supreme Court rejects appeal from Dylan Roof, who killed 9 people, citing if you're going to kill black people, you have to do it through legislation and law enforcement. Tulsi Gabbard says that she's leaving the Democratic Party. Wait, she's a Democrat? Comedian John Cleese vows his new show will take on censored topics. Quote, be prepared to be shocked, unquote. John Cleese not being shocking would be, quote, something completely different, unquote. NASA's InSight lander hunkered down as a Martian storm moved in. Matt Damon scoffed, "Hold my potato." The first ever map of the Milky Way galactic graveyard is revealed. I don't want to be buried in a planet cemetery. Senator Tommy Tuberville alleges that Democrats allow crime so that the descendants of slaves can receive their reparations by stealing it from white people. The only thing missing from that racist diatribe was a description of black people shucking and jiving all the way to the bank. A San Antonio officer was fired and charged in the shooting of a 17-year-old, Eric Cantu, who was eating a McDonald's burger in his car. The officer first warned the teen, "You can't eat that, it'll kill you." The teen responded, "Can too." Paleontologists discovered the world's oldest intact fossil heart ever found. DNA tests confirmed that the heart once belonged to Dick Cheney. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS ADHD, CJT, filling in for GD Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist at Large. Thank you for watching Critical Joke Theory, episode 16. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please share it with someone. Now be smart, be safe, and don't feed the crazies. And vote.